Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is snipermanelevenonine, and today I'm doing something a little different. We're going to be reviewing a game that most of my subscribers know that I play. And this game, in my very first review video, but this game is called Survivalist Invisible Strain. And some of you may be wondering, Sniper, what is Survivalist Invisible Strain? I've never heard of the game. Well, I'm about to tell you, so sit back, relax, get you some popcorn, some snackies, and yeah, we'll get started with this video. Now, what is Survivalist Invisible Strain, you may be wondering? Well, easy way to explain it. Survivalist Invisible Strain is a zombie apocalypse RPG simulator where you're just some average Joe in the world trying to survive the best you can. Now, these zombies, they're pretty freaking dangerous. I mean, quite frankly, there's different types of strains. Now some of you may have heard about Survivalist before, you know, the first game, but if you haven't, you don't really have to play the first game to understand this one. It's completely different. It's further in the, you know, down the time scale. And basically, there's different strains. You got green strain, which is the easiest of the strains. And you got blue strain, which is second tier zombie. Kind of hard, but not really. Red strain, you're getting pretty dangerous area here. And then white strain. White strain, if you get bit by a white strain zombie, you might as well bend over and kiss your behind goodbye. You're done for. There is no antigen or anything. Now, for the other strains that I've previously mentioned, red, blue, and green, there are antigens. You can find them in the game. And if your character gets bit, you can, you know, cure yourself so you don't die. And then what's better is there, you know, in each zombie can infect you at a different rate. Green strain is the slowest rate. You will, you know, there's a little infection bar. I think it's on the left or the right when you get bit. And it'll slowly go up. Or fast, depending on what zombie it is. Green strain, obviously, easiest zombie, doesn't go up as fast. Blue strain, it goes up a little fast, but faster than green strain. Red strain, it's aggressive, and you are going to die quickly, very quickly, if you do not have an antigen on hand. Now, another thing about this game is the combat. Combat is really fun. Now, depending on what you're, you know, you can either excel in archery, you know, so you can use bows and arrows. You can excel with firearms, and you can also excel with hand-to-hand combat. And you can also excel with melee combat. So depending on your level, you can actually choose which body part to hit. And if you take out, for instance, if you hit a zombie in the legs or shoot him in the legs, you can actually cripple them, which will cause them to be slower. And for those of you who have seen the tutorial video that I made about combat, you know, and how to take out a bunch of zombies at once, that's what I told you to do in that video, is take them out, hit, you know, get them by the legs, and it'll make them slow, because their legs are crippled. So if you're new to this game, please go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link to that video in the description in case you haven't seen it. Now, another thing I love about this game is the ability to build your own base. If you're creative and you like to build things and you like to, you know, have freedom to build wherever you want, you can in this game. You can go out into the middle of the freaking forest and build you a little shack and live there. You can go into the middle of a city, a little town, and you can take over one building at a time. You can make walls around it. You can build your base anywhere you want to in this game. That's another thing I love about it, is, you know, you have the freedom to do whatever you want. And that's what I love, you know, it's your classic sandbox game. The dev gives you the tools. He's like, here, take it, do what you want with it. And I love that. So there's, you know, you can build watchtowers, you can build walls, a well, so your people don't have to travel, you know, light years away to get water from a river. I mean, and also, hygiene is another big thing. Building outhouses and stuff like that. Keeping your base clean is what's going to be, it's what's either going to make you or break you or have you lose people. Maybe your people might even mutiny against you if you're really unlucky. Now, on to the people that you can recruit. You'll have these really cool people called refugees, and if you go onto the map, they'll look like a little group of people. Like they'll show this symbol here. And then when you see that symbol, you can travel over to them on the map, and then you can ask them, hey, I am, they'll be like a little dialogue like, hey, I'm here to trade, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. Or if you're a devil, you can walk up to them and demand that they give you everything they have and try to kill them. I mean, literally, you can do anything you want in this game. You can attack anybody. But prepare. There will be consequences, and they will fight back, I'm sure. But anyway, after that, you'll get the option to, hey, do you want to join me? And sometimes they'll be like, it can't be worse than this, and they'll join you, and then you'll have your very first person. But sometimes they won't, they don't trust you. Some of them won't trust you enough, and you got to prove yourself by either killing zombies that are near them that are maybe trying to attack them, or you can also gift things to them like a book or a novel or something, or alcohol, something you can bribe them to, show them, hey, I mean you no harm. It all depends on what they like, because if you give them a bad gift, that's probably just going to make them go, yeah, I don't really want to join you. So you're kind of making a gamble on giving them something. But the best way I could say to do it is to lure a zombie near them and kill them in front of them so they can see, hey, this guy can handle himself. And then they'll join you. And another way you can recruit people, and this way is kind of crappy, I mean, I've never really success with it, is there are raiders in the game. Yes, raiders will spawn on the map, and they will come and attack your community. Now, the more fires you have in your community, the more likely they're gonna see the smoke, and they'll come to you. Now, if you successfully defeat the raiders and kill them, sometimes you'll have an event where they'll stick their hands up and they'll surrender. They'll say, please don't kill me, or go ahead and get it over with, and you can choose whether to say, you're working for me now, or it's the end of the road, bud. Blap! Kill them. Well, and that's another way you can get them, is you can say, hey, you're working for me now, and sometimes they'll give in. But prepare, because that's one thing I like about this game, is the AI will remember your actions, what you've done. So you've killed their friends, right? You killed maybe this person's brother, maybe this person's close friend or whatever. They're going to remember that. And then they will hold that against you for a very long time. So literally, the best thing you could do is give them a crap load of gifts, and hopefully they'll eventually forget. It still hasn't worked for me yet. It's really hard to convince somebody to come back over, but others have done it. So, I mean, anything's possible, I suppose. Now, on to more of like building things. I forgot to mention, you can build traps. Like you can put, with a shovel you can dig and put like stick traps in the bottom. So when enemies walk across them, they will fall to their doom and die. Which is pretty cool. I mean, you can put it outside your walls. It's pretty amazing. And farming. I mean, come on. This is a survival RPG zombie simulator game. There has to be farming, right? Well, there is. Depending on your farming level is how well or how much, the crop will yield back, how much you'll be able to harvest back, and whether you'll get seeds or not. So you can plant a variety of different crops, beets, corn, pumpkins. I mean, the list goes on. And I mean, this is really good. If you can get a good farm started for you and, maybe somebody else in your group, then you're in good shape. And you might be thinking, Sniper, my farming's terrible. I don't have any farming skill whatsoever. What do I do? Well, there's a cool thing. There are skill books in the game you can find for a variety of different skills. Archery, firearms, hand-to-hand, or like melee combat, fencing, whatever. That will allow you to get those skills, and it'll give you, like, while in your inventory, it'll give you a buff. So you can do better, and I think it actually helps you level up quicker too, your original skill. And with that being said, you can find these skill books in, on traders, in buildings, etc. You can find them there, and you can use them, and they're very helpful. So once you let's just say you're a level 5 farmer, you're going to be able to get a lot of crops back. I mean, you're guaranteed to get the best outcome when harvesting crops, and you'll get a bunch of seeds every time, and that will allow you to keep planting crops, getting them seeds returned. So if you manage to find seeds or buy them off of people, and you're a low-skilled, low-level farmer, try to get a skill book or something to at least be a level 2, because I think at level 2 you can actually get a few seeds back. So don't try to harvest your seeds unless, or don't try to plant your crops unless you're at least level 2. Now, I talked about AI and other people, but I did not talk about other factions. Now, other factions, man, you gotta watch them, because you have either these two: another friendly community like you just trying to make it by and make it through the world, and then you have looters. Now, looter bands, if you walk near their base and you get close enough to them, and one of them will come out and see you, they'll make you pay a toll. They'll force you to give them your stuff. And if you refuse, they're gonna fight you. So, best thing I can say is try to avoid them, because, I mean, you can tell by different music. Like, the music will sound kind of dark and sinister if you walk up close enough, and just listen for the music. If it sounds peaceful, they're peaceful people. But if it sounds, like, oh my god, what is this? This is crazy. I don't know. I probably shouldn't go near them. Then maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should turn around. And, there's some people that might be a little braver than others and might feel a little froggy and want to go up to them. And you can even join these groups, I believe. You can even join these groups. Or like, if you can go into these places and prove yourself to them. You can do fisticuffs. You can challenge people to fight, fist fight. And you can do quests for people. And once you do that, that'll gain you respect around their group. And they'll allow you to stay around more. You can make yourself some allies. Now, another thing. Mind you, this game is in early access. But, I mean, honestly though, for being in early access, this game's really good. And the price is only $7. I mean, $7 for all this content being in this game? That's pretty dang good, if you don't mind me saying. I mean, and also, another thing, Dad, this game was made by one person, one dev. And, Dev, if you're watching this, Bob, congrats, dude. This game is amazing. My hat is off to you. A lot of talent. I mean, this game is great. And it's only going to continue to get better, because there's still being stuff added. And I highly recommend playing the first game. I'm also going to link that in the description as well. And I'm going to link Survivalist Visible Strain in the description as well if you want to go buy this game. If I've convinced you to buy it, please go down there and click that. Buy the heck out of it. $7? Who don't have $7? I mean, it's well worth it. And I mean, still, like I said previously, there's still stuff being added in. It's going to be amazing. It's only getting better. And if this video was not enough to convince you to buy this game, and you want to see some gameplay, you want to see how this game works and what it has to offer, click on the video at the very end of this video, and it will take you to my series personally, so you can watch me play through it, and you can see how much fun this game really is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. I haven't seen any review videos on this game, and I kind of I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna make a review video, my first one, and I'd be honored to make it on this game, because I think highly of it, and I like it. So, I hope you guys like this content. Hope I convinced you to buy it, and check it out. And if you guys like this video, please snipe that like button and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.